Let's see. This is going to be helpful for a lot of you guys that are not that good at CS2 yet.
This texture on overpass disappears at long range, so you can see your
Okay, we are all going to say which one we already knew and which one we didn't, alright?
opponent crossing through the pillar. And if you ever get mollied out under balcony on Mirage, now you can smoke on top of the balcony to put out the molly and give yourself room to fight. Just make sure you throw it quickly enough or you'll die before the smoke goes off. This is 30 CS2 tips you can't live without, but first, sponsor of this video, Blitz. Blitz is an analytics app that provides compare things to Blitz weeks, and we already have a silent drop from apartments. Just follow the keys on screen. The trick is to get the right distance on your initial jump onto the railing. It seems like Valve wanted to remove a lot of the odd wall bangs in CS, but this one seems intense.
Actually, nah, boom, we can watch it. Sorry.
This is 30 CS2 tips you can't live without, but first, sponsor of this video, Blitz. Blitz is an analytics app that provides personalized insights to improve your skills using in-game overlays and powerful analytics. With CS2, Blitz has overlays as well as post-match insights much more advanced than you would normally see, even where your bullets are landing on your opponents, and you have your own personal profile to compare things to as well. You can easily see your match history and compare yourself.
Is it like Letify? Wannabe Letify? Letify or this? I've never seen this.
To your earlier self when hopefully you were worse but potentially much better. Blitz also supports Valorant, League of Legends, TFT, Apex Legends, and soon Fortnite. Check out Blitz at the link in the description to see what it can do for you.
Alright.
CS2 has barely been out for 2 weeks, and we already have a silent drop from apartments. Just follow the keys on screen. The trick is to get the right distance on your initial jump onto the railing. It seems like Valve wanted to remove a lot of the odd wall bangs in CS, but this one seems intentional because this wall bang is blocked by a truck that ends kind of early, which means if you grab yourself an AWP and aim above this pallet, you're going to be spamming directly into the back of the A bomb site here on Inferno. And if you crouch, you'll be able to easily kill someone planting backside, or if you get a bit more creative, standing up, you can kill someone as they swing into the bomb site.
Huge.
It might just be me, but these barrels on Banana feel like you have to jump twice to get on top of, where your opponent's going to see you and they can pretty easily kill you. However, you can actually just jump on one of them and slide up the second one to get yourself a free kill.
Smart.
Just don't whiff because they can still kill you. In CSGO, there was a ledge on Xbox that you could jump onto for much faster rotates up catwalk. In CS2, you can't see it anymore. However, it actually still is there, and you can jump on it from lower tunnels or from right next to Xbox, as long as you remember where it is. And on the other side of Xbox, you can still do the double jump to get on top of it without someone on cat seeing you, but you have to be a little careful because if you have your knife out, they might be able to see your gun. This is an interesting angle at mid on Inferno. The problem is if you play there with a silencer, they're going to easily see the tip of your gun and kill you. If you remove the silencer, you're going to notice that the spot actually is still terrible. But an angle I thought might be different in CS2 is this one here. It feels like you're in the open, but in order to be spotted, your opponent has to be pretty exposed. Another angle that works in CS2 as well is Goose on Dust 2, and you can still do this jump throw flash if your opponents are pushing on you. From their perspective, it kind of comes up into the tree, and if they're not looking at a wall but instead clearing on the way to the site, it's going to be pretty hard to dodge. This Molotov is actually even better in CS2. It's still easy to miss, but when you do land it and make it through the gap, it will get empty pillar as well as the rest of the B bomb.
Bro, it's so high risk, high reward, no? If you miss it, GG.
Bomb site, which wouldn't happen in CSGO, and it didn't happen in this clip either, I actually missed it. But something I didn't mess up is the self boost on Inferno. The new lineup I found is right here, where you aim at the right side of that second pillar and jump to land on the first one. And once you get up there, your opponents are going to say he's boosted Porch, but little do they know I needed no help to get to this angle on my own. Something you could use some teammate support for is this smoke here. You aim to the top right of that dot on the wall and jump throw to smoke off T stairs. And not only does it smoke T stairs, but it also smokes off anyone trying to support Banana and might even get them to molly themselves off. The way you can get support for this is have a teammate throw this molly here that in CS2 actually mollies off bottom left and bottom right cubby on Banana.
Where's all the vertigo tips and tricks? Inferno, Dust 2, cool, but everyone, me included, is waiting for vertigo.
And if you combine that with the...
We don't play these maps, do we?
smoke to get aggressive, you're going to notice your teammates are able to die really effectively at car and lose you the round. But
Come on,
if
cut
you
the
do
bullshit.
it well, your teammate on banana can spam on this wall here, where players will often stand trying to be safe, but get killed.
So using follow recoil? Look at that.
Here, where players will
Interesting.
often stand trying to be safe, but get killed. Now, an angle that actually works a lot worse in CS2 is this angle here. This was really common in CSGO because you could watch ramp and occasionally turn around to kill anyone in the corner at Palace, and then silent drop off of the bricks. But in CS2, you unfortunately can no longer silent drop off of the bricks, which makes it kind of suck. Similarly, I think everyone that's played CSGO has probably died to this angle while entering B site. But in CS2, they got rid of the ledge you needed to solo boost on top of this, so it's not really possible. Check this out and hear the reactions.
Yo, what the fuck
What
was
the?
that? Yeah, do it again.
It looks like you have some like fucking Valorant special effect ability around you.
You can force this interaction if you run out of a smoke as it's about to bloom,
Lol.
but for some reason, it only works on CT side. Honestly, it's not that useful, but it's really fun. Less fun but more useful is masking jump sounds is insanely effective in CS2. That's a normal jump. That's a Glock shot. Sometimes it feels like you can't even hear the jump at all. With an AK, it's actually crazy.
Oh, man!
And it's not really fixed by being closer necessarily. Not perfect, but definitely way more effective than in CSGO. This is a really common angle. And this is a really effective way to kill that player if you don't whiff. You jump across their angle, and because of left eye peeking, you can strafe back and kill them. In CS2, there's another way you can do this as well, using these little mailboxes. From their perspective, it looks a little something like that, but I still prefer the other peek personally. Now, if you move slightly to the left from this spot, the best way to molly bottom mid seems to be to aim at the top of that building there and run throw pretty deep so that you get into pit and the ledge in front of pit and the majority of bottom mid. But unfortunately, you won't get the corner here, which is actually a problem in CS2. In CSGO, you could see someone even if they were ducking into that corner, but in CS2, you can't see them at all until you're all the way near the bottom of mid, which means people can
Ooh, I like that.
definitely hide there and catch you off guard. Now, on the other side of the reality, we have smokes that most people know are colored based on which team threw them. You can see the CT through the one on stairs. It's a lot bluer. But what I didn't know is that if you get dropped a smoke from an enemy or you pick it up off their dead body, it will remain the same color as that enemy. And something I noticed while recording this is actually smokes change color as they dissipate. So the color of a smoke can actually be used to tell how long is left in that smoke.
Oh, shizzle! Wait, I didn't know about that. Am I fucking stupid? How did I not know about this? That's crazy.
Left in that smoke. What's a little harder to tell is it
There's
looks
no
like
way that all of you knew about that. There's no way. I've never seen it on Twitter. I fucking know live Twitter, X, and Reddit every day. That is not well known.
you might not be able to jump out of coffins without being spotted and spammed anymore. However, if you jump early, just before that first little sandbag on the ground, you can still jump up safely and get yourself some kills. If you want to counter that spot by using a smoke, you can crouch and aim at this dot on the wall and jump throw, and it's going to bounce off the back wall and land on the first ledge of coffins to block the whole thing out. Now, you might be tempted to throw one like this that lands like a standard CSGO smoke, but the problem is there's a massive gap in front of it. You can also still spam someone ninja on a site pretty deep left on the wall, but instead of seeing their blood, you have to listen for the sound. And the second vent on nuke, I believe was still spammable in CSGO as well. However, you would do so little damage it wasn't that worth it. But in CS2, you can hear when you hit them. So it might be worth spamming.
That sounds like a fucking Minecraft slime, or am I tripping?
And using this Molotov to finish them off once you hit them. On Mirage, the window smoke is still pretty easy. You used to aim here, but instead just aim up from there to the ceiling and hold D and jump throw, and it's a pretty easy lineup. You can combine this with a smoke connector from in front of the garbage can. You aim down from the middle of that doorway if you want to miss the smoke to the right. You aim slightly, just a smidge to the left and jump throw if you want to actually land it in connector so your opponents won't be able to see anything. Now, if you get some support from a teammate, you can combine to throw both of these yourself and have your team go for a fast cat play where they maybe even throw this flash to make their way in.
Oh, that's huge.
When I first started this video, there was a weird glitch that I found in testing where if someone was hugging a destructible door, you could see the x-ray of their gun through the door and no longer blow it up with a nade. They fixed that. You can no longer see the x-ray, but you can still see their name through the door some of the time. You can now blow up the door with a nade, though. The problem is, if someone's hugging the door, you can often see their gun sticking through if they move around at all, and you can even see it through the wall when they quick switch or change guns at all. And after noticing that, along with the sound of hitting people, I realized you can actually spam all of Squeaky to at the very least get the information if someone is in there or not. It's kind of broken. And right next to Squeaky, in vents, you can still...
The video's almost... there's 3 tips left. Where's Vertigo? Everyone needs tips and tricks for Vertigo. The map, one of the most...
use E to open and close this vent. It doesn't make any noise. And you can spam through to...
I remember getting mind blown by this before I knew this. There will be some people in the chat right now mind blown as we speak. I had no idea for so long.
The left side of vents really easily to potentially kill someone, but there's a problem. Your gun glitches through, which means you're very easy to shoot back. I'm assuming they're gonna fix this. This is an angle that's very common because it's great to lock down rotates off of catwalk. Then you can easily jump into window to get someone in jungle, or you can jump off entirely. But you might not have known you can actually get off that ledge silently if you time your crouch correctly.
Yeah.
You have to use a similar mechanic.
Vertigo tip and trick. I'll give you one in a minute.
Now to do the silent boost on Inferno, because if you walk straight off this ledge, you will go right through their head. But if you crouch just as you come off the ledge and you don't mess it up, you will still be able to get onto their head. It's really, really weird. You may have already noticed, but I thought this was pretty cool. The bomb makes a beep sound when it drops. And you don't actually need to be able to see the bomb for that to happen. It'll even make a beep when it bounces. It will not make any sound if dropped directly to a teammate. And finally, this incredibly common angle in CSGO was called the Ben Tet angle. It doesn't look like that much. However, from the enemy POV, it's very hard to see your head. Now, with metal oranges, like in CSGO, this made a big difference, but in CS2, they're wood, which means you can still spam them back pretty effectively. If you'd rather not whiff, you can molly it out by jumping on top of car, aiming at the dark spot on the wall, and throwing, and it's gonna land for first, second, and on top of second oranges. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, click on this other one YouTube thinks you'll like.
But no Vertigo! Not a singular one. Nah. Come on, man. Bro, even Dust 2, which isn't in the active... Bro. Guys, leave Woo some love. Zack. Even though no Vertigo tip and trick. There will be a lot of people in the comments wondering, no? Yeah, there's a lot of people asking. Gotta include Vertigo.